Hi there. Today I have a tasty twist on a classic casserole dish. I'll be showing you how to make sweet potato shepherd's pie. This is a great dish to cook on those colder nights when you want a warm and hearty meal. Okay, the traditional shepherd's pie is usually a meat and vegetable pie topped with mashed potato crust. So today I'm going to make mashed sweet potatoes instead for the crust. Now, sweet potatoes are chock full of minerals and vitamins, making them a fabulous and healthy starch alternative. Not to mention they taste pretty good too. So here I have 1 pound of sweet potatoes that I've washed and I've already peeled. I always use the scale in the produce aisle at the store to figure out what they weigh. Okay, now I'm going to cut these into small pieces, about 1-inch cubes. Okay, my sweet potatoes are all cut up and I've added them to a large pot. And I'm covering them with water. I'm going to bring them to boil over high heat. And then continue to cook them until they are tender and soft enough to mash, which should take about 12 to 15 minutes. So my sweet potatoes are cooked. I drained them in a colander and then I returned them to the pot here. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of skim milk and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You could also use nutmeg instead if you want. Now, I'll just mash them with my potato masher. This is a fun step for kids to do and to get them involved with making the meal. They're more apt to eat it if they help make it. Sometimes I'll double this sweet potato recipe so I have extra for dinner the next night. I'll usually serve them with grilled chicken breast and a salad. So those are done, and I'll put them aside until we're ready to assemble our pie. Next, I'm preheating the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I'm going to coat this large pan with cooking spray for cooking up the ingredients that will make our pie filling. I'll put it over medium-high heat. And once it's heated, I'm going to add my chopped onion. This is 1 yellow onion, but you could use red, sweet, or white, any type of onion you want. I'll also be adding chopped bell pepper. I have green bell pepper today, but just like the onion, you could use any color, green, red, orange, or yellow, though the green ones do tend to be less expensive. My convenience trick is instead of chopping the onion and pepper, you can use 1 14-ounce bag of frozen pepper stir fry. You just need to thaw it before cooking. Okay, so into the pan these go. I'm going to stir this often as it's over pretty high heat. And cook them until they've softened a bit, about 5 minutes. Now I'll add my meat. This is 1 pound of extra lean ground beef. Always make sure you're buying extra lean or 95% lean when it comes to ground beef or ground turkey, which you could also use. Next, I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme. And I'll mix everything up well while I'm breaking up the beef as it cooks. So I've let that cook about 5 minutes, and now I'm adding the rest of the ingredients. 1 16-ounce bag of a frozen vegetable medley. I've already thawed it in the microwave. You really can use any frozen veggie you like. This is a mix of green beans, corn, and peas. Next, I have 1 cup of low-sodium beef broth. I like to cook with low sodium or no salt added broths. And last, add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. I'm going to give that a good stir and cook for a few more minutes until the sauce in the pan starts to thicken. Now, you can see my sauce has thickened. So I'm going to add this to a 9-inch pie plate that I've coated with cooking spray. You could also use an 8-inch pie plate instead, or an 8-inch or 9-inch square baking pan if that's what you have on hand. Any of those will work. Now it's time to spread our sweet potatoes over the top. And it's ready for the oven. I'm going to bake this for about 15 minutes until it's entirely heated through. I usually let it cool for about 5 minutes before cutting it up. I like to serve it with a light side dish like a salad or some applesauce.